Hello everyone, welcome to part 10 of our Let's Play co-op of Rayman Origins, and we are back with a brand new webcam setup with much better video and audio quality, better motion, and we are starting off this part of Pirate's Treasure, the fourth tricky treasure challenge in the entire game. So yeah, as we were. Now pretty much, okay, so I see they're bringing back the precipice kind of, scenario, and wow, it's kind of impressive that you actually made it through there, and so far I've been the only one saying stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got...
Let's trace this treasure.
Yeah.
Bash it over.
We don't know whether this is going to be easy or hard, but we'll see.
Probably hard knowing all of the other ones that come before it.
Yeah, and I just died by piranhas, but honestly, I don't know if, actually no, these piranhas, these first fucking, what do you call it, segments should be easy, because yeah, especially since I'm playing from a weird angle. And also, later on in the Let's Play, people, you may notice that when we backtrack, you might see a change in Lums from what you remember. But although I replayed everything and transferred it from my PS3 onto USB to William's
PS3.
Yeah, onto William's PS3. And the reason why I did that is because Call of Duty Advanced Warfare fucked up his console, really.
Yeah.
It pushed its graphical limitations, and what kind of glitches did it have again?
It kept freezing, green screens, all sorts. So I had to put it in safe mode to save it from going...
Yeah,
well,
I reckon that took some hard drive formatting as well. But probably didn't have any backup storage to make backups either, because then the data could have been restored, but I partially restored the data as well, and also same goes for the crash bash data.
Yeah, so the saved data goes as far back now as Advanced Warfare in November 14. And it doesn't go back any further than that, so... Well, I didn't need my saved data from 2011, 12 and 13 on there, did I really? So I'm glad that it's gone, sort of. Because I don't need all that old data.
Yeah, true. Also, it's kind of interesting how, they actually use the precipice theme or scenario from Rayman 2 for the tricky treasure as well. It's actually more fitting, for this environment in particular. And has anyone ever thought that Razorbeard could possibly... I don't know if Razorbeard had anything to do with Rayman during the Origins, but it doesn't seem likely since he wasn't in any of the prequels at all, Origins or Legends. But
he could have made an appearance during this section.
Yeah, in a way.
As a young Razorbeard.
Yeah.
Before he encountered Rayman.
Although I'm not sure if Rayman 2 was actually the first game Rayman actually met Razorbeard, but I honestly don't know how Razorbeard would have heard of Rayman if they haven't actually met before, or what do you call it, because I don't think there's anything stating that before, unless I'm wrong. I mean, I'm not 100%, I don't have all the facts there, but you can pretty much check with any other Rayman fans, see if they also know the story behind all the Rayman games altogether, including Razorbeard. Especially in the Rayman pirate community, with a bunch of YouTube friends that I know that happen to be long-time Rayman fans.
Long-time Rayman fan.
And speaking of Rayman, he's gonna be 20 years old in September. Whoa.
Yeah.
Because since he debuted in the Atari Jaguar back then.
And then PlayStation, and then all the other consoles that followed.
Yeah. And Also, as I was actually replaying this on my PS3 to get this data back, in Rayman Origins, I actually noticed some input lag. And what's funny is that, like, it's similar to the Atari Jaguar version of Rayman 1, because Rayman 1 for the Jaguar also had input lag with the controls. And it's like, it's as if they actually really wanted to conform to the original design, with not just the whole Bzzit shooting, with not just the whole Bzzit shooting business or anything like that. The kind of, what do you call it, arcade kind of Bzzit shooter, but also with input lag in the controls. Although, in a way, at the same time, I doubt that, because obviously nobody wants input lag in a game, otherwise it's going to drive people away. And plus, it was 2011 this game was made, so clearly there'll be no input lag expected, especially for PS3, Xbox 360, Wii, and PC as well. And also, I have a question for you people. Which skull tooth, which tricky treasure, I can't fucking speak. Which tricky treasure challenge do you actually
Find the hardest.
Yeah, do you find the hardest, and which one do you actually prefer, like, out of this game? And which one do you actually find the most interesting in terms of scenery and everything? Because it'd be interesting to know what you viewers would, your insight on these games as well. And also, yeah, and wow, just got stabbed by that over there, and Eric crashed 73 years online.
Nice.
Awesome.
I wonder what he's playing.
I don't know, probably like either Destiny or Advanced Warfare or something like that. He's always playing games like that. I'm not sure if he's actually still playing The Last of Us Remastered, or still hyped about playing it, or partially gone off of it, but still, it's The Last of Us is still a great game.
I finally got that on PS4 now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be getting it sometime.
And I was playing Left Behind a few weeks ago when it seemed good. And they finally released that as a standalone game now. So you don't have to get it with The Last of Us Remastered. You get it as like a standalone game on PS3 now.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Known as the Game of the Year edition, which is amazing.
Yeah, there are 3 editions. The normal edition, PS3 Game of the Year, and then Remastered.
Yeah, well, but the PS4 Remastered edition is clearly the definitive edition. Well, some may think otherwise, because they're just stuck to the PS3 version, and they just like how it was before. But honestly, I'm glad that they remade The Last of Us for the PS4. And I don't know how the fuck I've died so many times, but yeah, I honestly don't see.
And
what do you call it?
that they called Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS4 in Asia Grand Theft Auto 5 Remastered.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, in a way it is, although other regions, especially UK and everything, just kept it as GTA 5. Although, I'm curious, like, to think of whether, like, in terms of names, like, were they, yeah, I was very close. Like, I'm curious, like, in terms of names for the next-gen releases of GTA 5, I was thinking that, would they actually keep the name as GTA 5, or would they actually extend the name or something, like calling it GTA 5 Next Gen or something like that? But although
I don't know.
But in a way it was possible to have those kind of ideas at the time, since it was before it was made, and those pufferfish aren't helping. But I don't know, it kind of seems, this Skull Tooth challenge kind of seems easier in compared to the second one in the Desert of Didgeridoos. But at the same time, I don't know, kind of a bit harder.
Than usual.
Yeah, it's a bit harder
It's
than
taking
the
long to complete it. It's taking
yeah, we're taking time to complete this. It's also seems
yeah, just leave me seriously.
yeah, but at the same time it seems harder than the what do you call it? Than the previous one in Gormand Land. Fucking, it's always that spike.
Yeah, it always is.
Wow, and wow, input lag right there. Like, see what I mean, people?
What is input then?
It's like in the controls, basically. It's like there's it's pretty much latency. That's what it is. Like in the controls, you call it input lag, like latency in controls. It's kind of like how FIFA have input lag with the ball. It's like you try and score a goal and the ball doesn't kick because there's latency. Because realistically, if there was no latency in any FIFA game, and I don't know, fucking died a bit. Yeah, if there was no latency in any FIFA game, then a lot of people would be scoring goals perfectly. Well, and at the same time, it also depends the way they shoot it, but still, it wouldn't be as hard to actually shoot goals in without the latency, clearly. And that's probably something that EA games will never fix in FIFA games, because in a way they're I don't know if this is exactly true, but that's probably like kind of a hitch or something that they're actually using in order to make money off of it. It's always that fucking point.
Always that spike, seriously.
But yeah, they're probably EA are probably emulating their success off of FIFA, like off of that glitch in every FIFA game in particular. So honestly, I don't really, because it's EA, they pretty much can ruin creativity for a lot of games, which is kind of annoying. And it also explains why Oddworld Stranger's Wrath wasn't much of a, let's say, a commercial success, but like it was still a wonderful game despite that. Like, I don't really care about what the reviews said, especially at the time, or what the modern reviews say. Even like Oddworld fans who make their kind of retrospective videos on it, they pretty much state that it was pretty much EA that ruined, that made the game what it was. And yes, we finally passed that, and I've got to be really careful with this. Oh, for fuck's sake.
You were so close to the end.
You sounded like you had something up your ass then. Wow, and I don't see
that shit wasn't there for a second, and then it kind of just rendered it in.
Yeah.
You know? It's interesting.
Yeah, it kind of is.
I had something up my arse. What do you mean up my arse?
It was just the way you actually went or something earlier when I died. But yeah, as for the ship rendering thing, yeah, it's probably due to the RAM on the PS3 or something. Because, like, considering it's not even a gigabyte, it would, in a way it's kind of understandable, but like, I haven't seen, I haven't played the Wii game, the Wii version that much. I haven't actually played the Wii version on console. I've only played it on the Dolphin emulator, but so far I haven't seen any glitches on the Wii version as of yet, because I haven't because I haven't played very far on the Wii version. But yeah, it is very likely.
You're planning to get the Wii version of Legends because it was the original version before they announced it was ported to other consoles.
Yeah, I'm planning to get the Wii U version and the and also like the PS4 and Xbox One versions as well. like, because they're pretty much, can also be kind of referred to as definitive editions as well. Because of their pre-rendered, actually, their because of their uncompressed textures, whereas for the previous gen PS3 and Xbox 360 versions, they were actually in what you call it, their textures were actually compressed, but in a way they still look nice. But still, PS4 and Xbox One were clearly better, and PC release is also great as well. And also, I don't see how Rayman Origins, and I'm not sure if I find it very likely for the PC version of Rayman Origins to bring glitches or anything, but
Pirate ship in the background.
but because of its RAM, like well, it kind of depends on the PC.
So we're gonna die
still.
before we actually complete.
Yeah, this is kind of annoying. Actually, it's pissing me off.
Well, I can revive you if you can.
Yeah. Well, in a way, it's hard because the whole bubbleizing thing's annoying. Well, it's only annoying when you're bubbleized, obviously, but you know.
But when you're bubbleized, it's not so annoying. Because I can revive you. Why did you punch me? Yeah?
I didn't actually punch or spin to get more speed.
Oh,
That was close. Yeah.
Close, yeah. Come on, let's
Swordfish
finally get past the
motherfucker.
bit, seriously.
Fuck! I actually went up this time, like, and it went down like a douche. Fuck's sake, Globox.
Globox is a bitch.
Seriously, Ubisoft, I don't know exactly what you're thinking when you're making this game, but seriously, if you weren't intending to put input lag, then you probably would have at least fixed it, or you probably could have extended the deadline of releasing the game at least to make it better, or you could have released past patches of the game afterwards, because like, especially around that time, around 2011, games were getting patches online for people to download in order to actually get fixes.
Oh, did you find it past that bit? Oh,
yeah. Although I think this controller is fucked because it sometimes goes where I don't want it to go. Okay, not much further. Oh, wall jumping. Hey.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck.
Oh, and here we are. We finally made it. What do you know? We finally got the 4th skull
18 minutes after the video started.
So yeah, let's GTFO out of this area.
Get the fuck out.
So yeah, now we'll be going back to the snoring tree to give the teeth to his...
His Majesty.
Yeah, to his... We're gonna give his Majesty the 4th teeth.
And
his 4th skull tooth.
I think there are 10 teeth, aren't they? I think in the mouth.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
there we go. 4th one. And we haven't unlocked Dark Rayman yet.
Nah, Dark Rayman, we got ages to unlock.
Dark Rayman is one of these up here.
Yeah,
I think it may be this one.
Yeah, it's probably this one, because I know that Dark Globox is probably the
next
last
to
one.
him, yeah, it's probably.
Yeah, Dark Globox is probably the last one. But
Right,
yeah.
so we're going now to... Where are you going?
Yeah, we're going now. We're going to... So now we're off to freaking Flipper.
Yep, which is
the main level of Sea of Serendipity.
Serendipity.
Here we are,
these
that
things
one
can't harm
thing.
us, these things can't harm us.
Oh, and I think I found the first secret. I literally noticed a gap. Well, not the exact first secret, but kind of a secret hidden place where you can actually get a skull coin. But yeah.
This music is used in the end credits.
Yeah, but the end credits is long as fuck. A lot of the tunes are actually reused in the credits, but yeah. Let's also try and get like literally everything, like the Lums Medal, here as well, so then that saves us some more
Oh
backtracking.
fuck! I got killed.
Because we have enough backtracking to do as it is. So yeah.
The sculpture is down there, so. Ooh.
And also we can actually attack those swordfish as well. Well, I think that's what they're called. Oh yeah, hit me cause, you know, mobilized. Oh, tactics.
Oh, right, let's try and get that.
You know,
You just get bubblized again, seriously. Whoa!
I think it's because
they're
of the jellyfish.
like knives.
Yeah.
They go straight into the...
Yeah.
I punched in myself for.
Although I
Oh
think,
shit, don't something like that.
yeah, and here's the secret right here, the first actual secret area where we get the first Electoon of freaking Flipper. And that pufferfish can fuck off.
Oh shit, right. Those dark toons can fuck off as well.
Piranhas, fuck that. And we actually gotta run away from this shit as well, wow. It's an actual chase area. Well, it's been ages since I played this game, so some things we are bound to forget, but still, I kind of have a rough memory, and I don't know why Globox stayed stuck there. It keeps going on the opposite direction for some reason. I have no clue why.
Piranhas, oh fuck.
The Globox just won't get up, and I tried getting up.
Yeah, because Mario says, "It's me."
Yeah.
They copied that from Rayman copied that from Mario.
Yeah. Pretty much more than inspired it, and that's a good Lums combo. I jump on the actual thing, and then you jump on the bubbleized one. And we got the first cage.
3 cages, and then the last 2 are in post level.
And yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, they were. That helped me sound most probably was inspired by Super Mario, especially with the multiplayer and bubbleizing concepts, which is also interesting as well. Here we have fish with tridents. And now we're somewhere near a pirate ship or some shit.
Yeah, well, it looks like windows of a pirate ship, yeah.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of the whale bay from Rayman 2, in the way. It's like that underwater section where Rayman follows a whale, and he has to follow the whale, like, underwater, and gather the air bubbles, while, oh, fuck.
Oh, that Lums Medal, oh well.
That Lums coin's gone. But, you know, it's fucking annoying. But yeah, as I was saying, it pretty much reminds me of, oh, there's nothing here. But yeah, it pretty much reminds me of that Well Bay section where...
You're in.
Yeah, it pretty much reminds me of that Well Bay section where you collect the air bubbles from the whale.
Oh, Jesus.
I was very close.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God. We want to punch that in, but we want to punch that in.
Wow. Excuse me?
Yeah, get that up there.
I honestly don't know what's wrong with the controls. And surprisingly I didn't get bubbleized this time. I might as well go around here because it's a clusterfuck going through there.
Yeah, I'll probably get this, so that's cool, I'll get that.
Yeah, probably because you're sitting from a better angle, that's probably how you got it.
Yeah.
Well, how you managed to get it, and I didn't, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, fuck knows. Oh, wait a minute.
So we're dangerously close to this shit.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, you got bubbleized. What the fuck?
Interesting. We can actually go through that gap, but at the same time, what do you call it? Oh, for fuck's sake! He's always touching a gay ass piece of shit.
Hang on. Well,
Okay.
I'm getting pulled down. Okay, I'm getting pulled down to something else.
Oh, it's probably a current. Yeah.
I want to try and get in there if possible.
Yeah, they must have implemented a current concept more to go here.
Yeah, get up there, get up there.
Oh yeah, I was also about to add to the whale bay, like the section where Rayman collects the fucking air bubbles from the whale, like, and the piranhas are actually popping the bubbles, and you have to shoot at them.
You have to come back down before they get you. Oh, it's trouble. Oh, fuck.
This is annoying. It's probably the current and everything. I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
This is kind of the sensitive controls are also reminding me of Crash 1 as well.
Sensitive controls. The one Crash game that you can't use the analog sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do it all with D-pad.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, and I actually made it all the way down this time.
In Crash 2 disc version, you can use the analog sticks, but in the digital download you can't for some reason. Just total bullshit.
Yeah, there's probably some bullshit Sony had in the digital, like when they were trying to emulate the game through the digital download. But then again, the digital downloads are fucked up within themselves. And let me see if there's anything behind here. No, there's
nothing here.
There's nothing.
Got me bubbleized.
There's nothing there. But the funny thing is that
you killed me.
The funny thing is that there's nothing there. But the funny thing is that we can still actually go there, which is weird.
Oh god. Oh, I want to avoid that if possible. Oh.
Yeah, go keep away from these suckers. They introduced these. You just hit me and then you got yourself killed.
What did I?
What funny turn of events. Swim away from this cocksucker.
Swim away if possible. Right, we're out in the open ocean now with nothing else.
Yeah. We found the second secret.
Ooh, secret!
Oh fuck.
Oh god, oh Jesus.
Oh yeah, I think we slammed down through here. Yeah, I remember.
Oh!
It's like proper full-on cannonball where we have to. It's literally plummet.
Dive bomb, like a dive bomb.
We're literally plummeting. It's a long-ass dive. Plummeting down, like plummeting down to such a deep-ass pit, and then there's a cage breaking our fall. What are the chances? It's really interesting how they do that. Although, yeah, Mario had those kind of concepts as well. And also, has it occurred to you that these underwater sections of Rayman Origins actually remind you, well, sort of remind you of SpongeBob?
Yeah, I know. And Crash. Oh, shit.
Oh, and we have an Antitoon right there. One of those clippers that we saw back in Rayman 1. You're forgetting to bubbleize me, but you know. And let me see if I can try and kill this clipper. Nah, I can't, but it was feasible to kill him in Rayman 1 anyway. But yeah, they probably changed some things, but still. Kinda clever. Wow, I can't believe I actually fucking died because of this shit.
You keep punching me every time I try and punch it, you punch me back.
I was actually trying to hit them.
Oh,
and also, yeah, you're going quite far ahead as well.
Yeah. What are you trying to see down there?
Oh, and I was just seeing if there was anything. That's
on
one of
the
broken areas, but yeah. Anyways, let's move around. And the controller fucks up yet again. You really need a new second controller. I don't know why Globox is swimming upside down.
Oh, you've got me killed in the process.
It's interesting, like, the graphics for this game, like, for its generation is amazing as well. I know, in a way, it's kind of a recent generation of games, but,
You want to take the last one?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the last sweet bit, yeah. See what these Lums add up to?
Well, they might add up to 300, it depends.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get 300, which would be really annoying. Or maybe we are. Oh, get in there. We are. With 37 months to spare, we get the last one.
Brilliant. We actually got 300, but we didn't get the Lums Medal, which is a piss take.
Just short of it. 30 minutes short.
Which is more...
30 minutes. We're up to 30 minutes.
Yeah, which is now even more backtracking for us.
So we do 4 levels. So we've done 2. And we've got 2 more levels to do. And we're at the end of this part. 91, so that's cool.
So yeah, that's freaking flipper complete. Now we're going to
Bad
Bubbles
Bubbles
and Beyond.
And we've got to rescue another fairy with game boobies.
Actually, that's usually in the first section. Here we are with another one of those
Transition levels.
kind of, yeah, those kind of Antitoon or, yeah, those kind of Electoon transition levels where we go through Electoons and Lums. It's interesting how they decided to combine Lums and Electoons in Rayman Origins. Like, you get the best of both Rayman 1 and Rayman 2, and also 3 as well, because Lums are in Rayman 3 as well as Rayman 2.
With Andre the Dark Sun.
Yeah. Actually, it's Andre the Black Lung, but yeah. I think, like, the limit for these, it's also interesting how... Yeah.
I'm out that glitch.
It's also interesting how in this, in particular, it's also, wow. It's also interesting how these, what you call it, that this transition level in particular actually makes use of the water as well as just the actual Antitoon platforms. Which is amazing.
Right.
Okay, so
Definitely got the 100.
Yeah.
And then 175 is the last one.
We got over the 100. Well, we got 198. I can see that now. We could probably do. We can.
200.
Yeah, we can retry this quickly.
Oh, we're too short.
Yeah, I know for sure that we can retry this quickly because this is, since it's a very short segment in the game, it's not going to take very long. So yeah, all we have to do is return to Bad Bubbles and Beyond right now, and aim for 200 Lums to actually get the medals.
Medals, hey, the medals.
To actually get the Lums Medal. And it's also reasonable how they actually set down the yeah, it's also reasonable how they set down the actual limit, well, not the limit, but the barrier for the Lums Medal for these transition levels to 200.
Because since 350 to 200.
Yeah, since these are very short segments.
Right,
and
it's got 100.
It's also feasible to get 200 as well. Like less than 200 or more than 200 or at least 200.
I can get that lumber.
What the fuck, Globox? So he's going under that shit, which is wasting time. Just being stupid.
We've got 160, we've got 180 I reckon now. I think we need another 200.
Okay, so pretty much we'll have to, well, we can see that we can restart because we got 100 and
5 plus 20, that's 185, means 15.
Yeah.
We missed 15, that's bullshit.
So yeah, what better way to restart the level to actually restart from the pause menu instead of retrying it from the actual results screen. Because we can clearly see, okay, so that's so far more Lums collected. But yeah, also...
Is there more under it?
No, there's nothing there.
I'll get that. And some of those.
And also, people, I have another question for you guys. Which kind of Antitoon transition levels do you lot actually prefer? Do you actually prefer like, a transition level like this where it actually makes use of its kind of intended environment.
130 plus 17. 70 is not nearly enough. So we might need to go back.
Yeah, probably.
To
I'm
get
not sure
more.
if we
So,
actually...
There's 2 lums. We need 2 lums in order to get 200.
Hang on, I think there's actually 2 inside the, inside that actual skeleton robot or something, and we probably have exactly 200. But yeah.
So like the robot, what do you mean the robot?
Well, not the robot, but the kind of crab kind of thing.
Of course.
Where we hit this, and yes, so we got 131, so yeah, that's clearly 200 lums.
Wait.
200 lums now, so yeah, we clearly got the Lums Medal. Without further delay, let's move on. At least save us some pointless backtracking, although it's just a short segment, and yeah. We're also curious, which kind of Antitoon transition levels do you prefer? Do you prefer ones like this where they actually use wonderful open backgrounds and
Yeah, man.
and underwater sequences as well?
We got 201.
Yeah, you actually prefer like underwater, also the underwater elements combined with the Antitoon platforms, or do you prefer them like as plain as they are, as normal?
Fire When
So,
Wetty.
yeah. So now moving on to Fire When Wetty, which is the next Bzzit level.
And final level of the plot.
Yeah, Fire When Wetty. And yeah, this is clearly a pun on Fire When Ready, but it's like referencing to...
Wetty.
Yeah, it's pretty much... It's referencing to the scenario
But
of
you
the
are held
place.
by the Bzzit, whereas I'm on top of the Bzzit.
Yes.
You've been hung from the bum.
Yeah, and this time we're...
By the bum.
Yeah. Kind of interesting how Bzzit can carry Globox, and yeah, and this time
His
we're
weight,
actually...
seriously, his weight can finally hold him.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Fuck this.
Yeah, and this time we are actually... Fucking, what do you call it? This time, we're actually in a Bzzit level that is set underwater, which is in a way kind of interesting, but although I really don't know how mosquitoes can actually go underwater. They're most likely gonna drown anyway. But yeah, it's pretty much Rayman logic. Oh, I realised what I should have done. I actually should have shot that in fucking, what do you call it? I should have shot that seed which makes those spiky plants, wherever they are, go down. I can't remember exactly what they were called, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Here we go.
I was trying to go backwards a bit, but it wasn't. You've been held by the bum by your Bzzit.
Yeah.
Held by the ass.
No shit.
No shit, Sherlock.
Why the fuck are the controls
Chill.
fucking up again?
Chill your tits.
Now you're just making random quotes.
Oh, I don't have any tits.
It's also interesting how they actually projected sunlight on the water as well. Which in a way also reminds me of Crash 3 as well, because there's also projecting sunlight from the top of the level to the actual swimming section of the area. Although the actual fucking although the actual level itself, the actual underwater levels themselves from Crash 3 are what do you call it? They're all like actual underwater levels themselves, and so yeah, it's kind of pretty much like an interesting mix from introducing all these new enemies and whatnot, these obstacles. It kind of adds more value to the game as well. I don't know. What do you think of all these things? All
Yeah, it's
these new
interesting
kind of innovations.
to combine the concepts. Whoa. Oh. Hang. Oh shit! I got hang on.
Yeah. And to be honest, all this
Oh.
also looks like it's been drawn out as well. It's like it's as if they actually used what do you call it? They actually animated. They actually drawn billions of kind of animations and everything of what do you call it out of the concept art, and then they put it in motion or something. That because it's interesting because that's what it actually seems to look like. It's like something like an artist would like draw on a paper, but it's kind of like, I don't know, sort of like university style of artwork or something. And yeah, and now we have transitioned onto a I don't know why you kicked me away from there and got that, but yeah. It's also interesting how they actually made him. And now it transitions onto the next world, which is the I think it's the mountain world or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but it's been ages.
I've got all the lambs. Just short the lambs there.
You know, since this level isn't too long, we could possibly retry it.
Why? To get the lambs there?
Yeah, clearly.
We need 350, right?
Also, it will save us more backtracking as well. So yes. So now we have 97
Right,
Electoons and
Mystical Peak, right?
yes, I was right, it's that mountain level, Mystical Peak. But we are currently, well, not necessarily backtracking, but we're actually going to the back to Fire When Wetty in order to get the Lums Medal.
But it's supposed to be Fire When Ready, but it's now Fire with Wetty.
I know, it's because the underwater concept, that's what the name is referencing to. They've made some funny names as well. Also kind of like how in What the Duck, the level What the Duck in Rayman Legends, like references,
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a pun on What the Fuck, but it references to how you can actually change into, well, not change into a duck, but actually get a duck form of yourself. Well, not a duck form of yourself, but actually get your character's body in a duck form. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
They have that in Rayman Legends, don't they? Ducks.
Yeah. And it's in Fiesta de los Muertos. That is. And yeah, Rayman Legends is indeed one of the best games.
The we haven't got to yet.
Yeah, and also by the way, things are looking for Rayman. We don't know if Rayman will actually get a new game because we haven't seen one since 2012 or 13.
Rayman Legends, yeah.
We haven't seen a new Rayman game since 2013, which I wouldn't say it's a
game, like a third Origins
yeah, then they'll make a wonderful trilogy.
Yeah.
They'll make an epic trilogy out of it.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to know what, like, how the story would play out after Rayman Legends as well. Like, to see, and it also
set up Rayman 1 really, set it up.
Yeah, and they could also, in the game after Rayman Legends or something, I don't know what they could possibly call it, but somewhere along the story, in a sequel to Rayman Legends, they could actually make a point, like, where somewhere at the end of the game where Rayman and Globox actually part ways, because Rayman
1 is
alive. Because originally in the franchise Globox doesn't appear until Rayman and Globox find each other in the pirate ship in Rayman 2 where they were imprisoned by Razorbeard and all his robot pirates.
So we got 250 odds now, so we need another 100.
Yeah. We were talking about Also, back to what you said earlier about how Rayman Legends for the Wii U is like an interesting version because it's the original and kind of partially definitive. Like, there's also like you can also get Japanese versions of Rayman Legends, but like only on the Wii U, and also I think on PS Vita as well. But the thing is, like, Rayman Legends on Wii U, the Japanese version in particular, I think the Japanese version of Rayman Legends in particular for the Wii U didn't actually get many copies produced, so it's actually very rare to get hands on it, and it'll become
We got about
yeah,
about 3. I need about 50 more.
yeah, and it'll become such a valuable item.
Get the other 50 from.
50? Well, did you say we need 50 more?
Yeah.
Then pretty much I doubt that we're actually gonna get the Lums Medals, so it's okay stacked.
I think there's hoovering out there.
Yeah. Oh well, we're gonna be paying attention to the game anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, Fire When Wetty.
Fire When Wetty. It's a very good fun.
Yeah.
I think I've got 10 runs. Fire When Wetty. Fire When Ready.
Yeah, and also as I've mentioned earlier about, like, it would become, like, the Japanese version of Rayman Legends for the Wii U would be, in particular, would be a very valuable item. It would be, and I reckon would probably, well, most probably worth millions due to how many copies were actually produced by Ubisoft, and I honestly don't know why. Like, there was actually limited production within the Japanese content of Rayman Legends, but yeah. But it is what it is, and also I'd like to point out that, to make shout out to Old Classic Gamer, who returned from Moscow bringing some wonderful games, and he recently acquired, and he made a video unboxing some games that he got from Moscow, and some games that were waiting in his mail, and one game that he got from another good friend, Omar.
And gave him what game was it?
Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute, but anyways, yeah, and two of the games I will mention that he got, that one of the games that Andrija got in the, what do you call it, got, like, in the post was the Japanese version of Rayman Legends, or not Rayman Legends, Rayman Origins, for the PS Vita. And what he stated in that video is actually quite interesting about the PS Vita. In a way, the PS Vita version of Rayman Origins can actually be considered like the version for all bonus content and everything, with bonus content and its touchscreen features. Like, for example, you can actually tap the screen to get Lums, unlike the 3D, which is funny because the 3DS version doesn't do that, which makes the 3DS version a cheap port. But yeah, the PS Vita version I pretty much recommend more. It's more of a definitive version, and it'll also be easier for you as well.
290, 300. How much is that? 195 plus 134.
Yeah. I think I should stay.
334, so that's 16. Oh, fuck. You know, to get 300.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on with what you're saying.
But yeah, it's also great that the PS Vita version actually has those touchscreen features where you can actually tap the Lums with your fingers to collect them, as well as like going towards them with the character, because then it saves you time from like spending such tedious moments trying to backtrack your way just to collect a bunch of lums, which is indeed a piss take, and it's clearly the shit that we'd have to do. And if only the PS Vita version was co-op, and if only we actually had PS Vitas. And I wonder, is the PS Vita version co-op or not? I don't exactly remember from what it says in the box, but yeah, the PS Vita version does, well, really, I reckon the PS Vita version itself pretty much holds up, although I'm not entirely sure, but, yeah.
I keep dying, It's nearly 50 minutes, the video.
Yeah. Quite close to an hour. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
I'm gonna fire shitloads.
We need 350, 150 plus 190.
Yeah, and also
260, we need another 90 lums or something.
yeah, and also to answer your question earlier, William, like regarding what the game Emsh Omar gifted to Andresia. Like, he actually the game that Omar gifted to Andresia was coincidentally the Japanese version of Rayman Legends for the Wii U, and wisely Andresia decided to keep the copy sealed as opposed to unboxing it, because it's a very valuable item, and as I said before, there's very limited production, and it can be put to much good use in the future to making a lot of good money out of it for those collectors who want to buy it. Because like a lot of collectors, believe it or not, collectors would actually pay a lot to get such rare versions of games factory sealed, which is wonderful. Which is, well, interesting, which is a better way to put it. And also
210 plus 180.
yeah, and also
I think that's 350 definitely.
yeah, that's pretty much it. And also for what you call it, and pretty much and now we finally completed Fire When Wetty with the actual Lums Medal as well, so that saves us some more backtracking, which is interesting. And yeah, as I was trying to say earlier, like Andresia cleverly decided not to unwrap the shrink wrap. Not only, yeah, also
300.
not just to keep it factory sealed, but also
390.
yeah, 300. Now we're up to 390 lums, which is a wonderful number of lums, and also he kept it factory sealed as like it's a common thing collectors would know, is that once an item, especially a very rare item, yeah, especially a very rare item has been unsealed, it loses its potential value. So yeah, now we can actually exit out of the Sea of Serendipity. And so yeah, now exit out of Sea of Serendipity and enter...
We'll enter Mystical Peak,
enter
but
the fifth world. Yeah.
Mosaic the Mountain.
So yeah, now people, we have officially progressed on to the fifth world, which is Mosaic Peak, and we will be starting off part 11 with moseying the mountain.
Yeah.
And you are going to see some wonderful references from Rayman 1 from these levels too, so stay tuned for more interesting content from this Let's Play, and for more high quality Let's Play videos as well. Well, the highest quality from this channel anyway. So yeah, stay tuned for everything else which this Let's Play has in store for you, and we really hope you enjoyed this part. See you guys in part 11. Laters everyone.
Bye guys.